The information in this video is intended for educational and knowledge purpose only. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story today. In this story, I and my friends lost items worth 3 lakh rupees in just 1 hour. This happened in year 2014 and it happened in my own life. And it is not a simple theft story. It also has some insights, some information about the mobile technology and security. The theft happened because I handed over the keys to a thief. You heard that right. It is as simple as that. And I am the first to admit I was terribly foolish. Here is how the story unfolds. First, let me give some background. In year 2012, I moved to the Mumbai city in India for my first job. 6 of my colleagues from the same recruitment batch and I were sharing a spacious 2-bedroom apartment. It had a large living room, attached terrace, and was close to our office, which also meant it was expensive too. We all became very close friends over the time. After a couple of years, one of our roommate moved out. Now, if you know Mumbai, you know the rents are really brutal. When we first moved in, we were paying 40% of our salaries just for the rent. We were living in Andheri East Marol area. If you are familiar with that area, you know the expensive nature I'm talking about. Okay, so to fill the vacancy, I posted an ad on Quicker, a popular online classifieds platform back then. Someone responded to my post. His name was Tushar. He requested for a tour and I agreed. He came over on a Sunday when everyone was home. Okay, first let me describe him quickly. He appeared to be in his early 30s, dark brown skin, round face, early stage of hair loss. He was also wearing glasses. I think he was 65 kgs weight and 5.5 foot height. We gave Tushar a 30-minute tour. He seemed to like it and said he will join us the next day, that is Monday. My roommate and I told him we will collect the advance money and the documentation etc. when he moves in. We also told him to come early in the morning so we can finish all the formalities and also we can go to office on time. Monday morning arrived. I and 2 of my friends waiting for him. Also at the same time we were getting ready to go to the office. He was supposed to come at 9 a.m. but it was already 10 o'clock. By 9:30 a.m. all other roommates left to office. One guy went out on some work. Time was ticking. I think around 10:15, 10:20 a.m. Finally, Tushar knocked our door. And I went and opened the door. Tushar standing in front of the door with his 2 oversized, like check-in size bags and a backpack bag. He was sweating so badly because of the already heated up weather. Also, he came to the apartment by climbing up 1 floor height of stairs with all that luggage. It was already late and nobody was in the room and we 3 should go to office. By looking at him in that situation, I couldn't say come back later. So I let him in. Here is where I made the biggest mistake. I told him we were running late and so we cannot collect all the documentation, advance, we cannot finish these formalities. So we will do this work in the evening after coming back from the office. Until then he can relax. We also offered him the breakfast and water. Also told him that one of our friend went out and he will be back in an hour. And then three of us, we went downstairs, sat in a auto rickshaw. And at that very moment, I remember saying to my friends who are sitting beside me, hey, see, we are leaving a complete stranger in our apartment and we are going to office. But they had nothing to say. And neither did I act on that instinct. We reached office and started working. After 30 to 40 minutes, I got a call from one of my roommate who went out and supposed to come back after 1 hour. He asked, hey Uday, what happened? Why the front door was left wide open? I didn't know. Then he went inside and realized we had been robbed. Immediately, I rushed to the apartment. We lost 2 laptops, 1 Mac Mini, multiple hard disks, pen drives, many electronics, also 1 Samsung Android tablet, and some other items. All those items are pretty much new, like less than 1 year old. The total cost of those items was roughly 3 lakh rupees. I went to the nearby police station, that is Marol police station in Andheri East area, and then police came to the apartment. We explained the situation. They also took the complaint with FIR. But here is another shock. Instead of recording that value in that report as 3 lakhs or somewhere close, the Mumbai police recorded the value of total loss as just 54,500 rupees only. And their argument is, if you sell all those items now, that's the value you get. Another reason for giving such low value could be, more the value of stolen items, more the pressure will be from higher officials in the department. Probably that is also another reason they had to put such low value there in that report. The guy, Tushar, packed as much as he could in our backpacks in less than 1 hour and he vanished. Obviously, he switched off his phone. And Mumbai is such a overcrowded city, and we know nothing about this guy other than basic personality description. Police said they will try to find this guy, but they need some identification proof or a photo of that thief, but we had neither of them. As I mentioned earlier, among the stolen items, there is also a Samsung Android tablet. The tab has my friend's WhatsApp account installed in it. My friend didn't set up a screen lock for that tab. It is not a good idea, but in this situation it did help. We were monitoring the WhatsApp last seen status. As soon as we realized that the last seen status got changed in the WhatsApp, we started sending him a lot of messages, requesting him to return some of those items, if not all, at least some of the items which we really care about, like hard drives where we have a lot of memories, and one of the laptop which was actually in the middle of some project. We offered him some money. We told him we will give you the equivalent amount of money, but please give those items to us safely, securely, without involving police. But he didn't respond to any of our messages. Until the midnight, I was trying to find the device location using various ways, like Google's Find My Device. That is a default application most of the devices get. By using that, you can locate your stolen, lost Android device, but you must have set up that first. Also by using other ways, but nothing was helpful. That night, I was desperately thinking about finding a clue to catch this guy, or at least see this guy, so that I can share more information with police. Then I realized the guy was actually using the Samsung tab. That's when I got an idea. How about I build a spy Android application? My goal was simple. I wanted to take at least one photo using the front camera of that Android Samsung tab. Luckily, my first job involved building Android applications. So by then, I already had more than 1 year of solid Android developer experience. I worked through the night and in a few hours, I built the app. But then I faced a challenge. How do I install this application? First, I need to publish this app to the Android Play Store. That's how we typically install Android applications, right? Luckily, one of our colleagues had this paid developer Play Store account, using which we can publish applications. I published the app through his account, and I was totally expecting that Google is going to reject this application. But surprisingly, it didn't. Then I realized that maybe I will have 1 or 2 days before Google will catch it. Now the publishing part is done. The spy app that I built is live from the Play Store. But now I need to install it in the device. The stolen Android tab was already set up with my friend's Google account. So now I asked my friend to sign in to that account in a browser in our current laptop, whatever we have right now, and then go to the Play Store, and then I sent the request to install this spy app remotely. You can send a remote request to install applications even now. So now when the thief turns on the tab, and if it is connected to the internet, the spy app is going to be installed in it automatically. Then here is another big challenge. So you install the app successfully, but still it cannot be auto started. Somebody must go and open the application, then only it will start functioning, and we cannot do that programmatically. That's when I had built 4 bait applications. I named those bait applications with enticing names like my bank accounts, my girlfriend photos, etc. I installed these 4 bait applications with the same remote installation process. Now it's just a matter of the thief opening the tab and tapping on one of the bait applications. Okay, what does this spy application exactly does? Simply, it will just take photos using the front cam and start sending those photos to my personal email ID, which I already have configured in the code. Which means the user doesn't have to do anything. It all will happen automatically. But they should open the app. So when thief opens that spy app, maybe he will close it or kill the app without taking a good picture, good photo using the front cam. To prevent all these kind of cases, I made that application as a simple background process without any user interface. Means when you actually open that application, you will see nothing. But still, somebody should open this background process. Somebody should launch it. So now that's the reason we built those 4 bait applications. So as soon as the thief opens one of these bait applications, the background process will be launched and it will start taking photos. Like you see here, the 4-stop was not enabled because the background process was not running. But now, upon tapping on this bait applications, that 4-stop button has been activated. It means the background process started running. Okay, so that's how the spy application works. Next day, I went to the office normally. It was humiliating. Some of the colleagues from my leadership team started laughing at me, making a lot of fun of me. I asked them to help because I was learning Hindi, that is the local language, and that is another big challenge for me to communicate with the police. But nobody was willing to help. They only preferred to laugh and make fun of the situation. I went back to work and patiently waiting for at least one single email from that spy app. And within few hours, by evening, he saw these wait applications and tapped on one of those wait applications. That's it. I started receiving his photos. One more thing, I also added code to receive the tab's geolocation. So I started getting the lat-lang values of that device location. I then took those lat-lang values and started putting them in the location finding websites so that I can see where the tab is actually located currently. I immediately rushed to the nearby police station, the same police station where I gave the complaint. I tried to explain them the situation, tried to explain them that I have built an application, this application is going to do so and so, but they didn't understand. That's fine, but I asked them for one help, that is to send one police officer with me to the location that I wanted to go, which is something I got in my email, but they refused that as well. And when I was explaining the situation, one police officer was telling like, hey, we know HTTP what you're talking about. Alright, that's when I realized that they are not getting anything what I was saying. Anyway, I again ran back to the office and borrowed a motorcycle from one of my colleagues, and I and one of my colleagues actually quickly tried to go to that location the device was actually located at. But there was this entry restriction to that building that device was showing. I was expecting this. That is the reason I was asking police help, so that we can enter into the building and catch the thief. Then I rushed back to the police station again to request them like, this is the situation, there is a restricted entry, please send someone. But again they were not ready to come, and by then the device was already on the move, means the thief was going somewhere. We started tracking the device location change, but I think within 1 or 1.5 hours that went offline, maybe because the battery drained out or the thief switched off the tab, I don't know. While I was explaining all this at the police station, when I was there, one sympathetic police officer asked me what happened. Then I told him the situation, also gave him the last known location of that device, which was actually the neighboring city at some hotel. Maybe the thief was actually staying there that night. Then that police officer said, okay, I will send someone from the local police department there and get back to us. But later he said they didn't find anything there. I don't know what exactly happened. Later, I took the printed copy of the thief's photo. Here you can see it. He is the thief. If you know about this guy, I am leaving some information in the description how to reach out to me or what you can do next. So now I handed over the photocopy in the police station and explained them like, this is all we can do, that's all, we lost the location, maybe they reset it or erased everything, we don't know what happened. All we have now is just the photocopy of the thief. After 4 months, I left Mumbai city for a job change. I never know whether the police were able to catch that guy or not. That is the end of the story. We failed to catch the thief. None of my roommates blamed me for any of these things, but I was feeling guilty. Anyway, I tried my best to catch this guy. From this incident, you can understand how dangerous these cameras and microphones in our smartphones. But remember, this all happened in 2014. Over the years, Google has introduced a lot of security measures, which makes what I did back then nearly impossible today. However, I still would like to share a few things. You have to constantly monitor your security changes of your phone, tablet, computer, whatever. Also, watch out if your phone's battery is draining unusually fast. Do not install any unknown applications in your phone. And also, do not click on any of the unknown links coming in your text messages, emails, even when you go to websites. Use popular antivirus applications in your mobile phone as well. Final note, if you are a curious software developer, then you can find the source code of this spy application in my personal Git repository. Please do not use it for any malicious purpose. Just use it for learning purpose only. Anyway, I think that code doesn't work now. Use technology and your intelligence only for good. What is the moral of the story? Just don't hand over your keys to a stranger. Thank you. See you in the next video.